your audio.
It's in the party screen.
Oh, I'm dying now.
Yes.
Hooray!
Hey, what are the modifiers for that?
Yay.
Arc burn.
Fuzzy,
Alright.
are you here? Yeah. Yeah, it's all yours. I'll let you
Who's
be the
breathing
MC.
into their mic? Gotta figure this out. Just doing it. Oh, it's Hawk. Hawk. Hawk, you're breathing into your mic.
I'm being one.
Oh my god, Lucy.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, well, wonderful. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the town hall. Lucy. Okay.
Hello.
Yay! Hooray!
Oh my god, but we can hear
Oh,
you.
jeez.
Yeah, everybody. Everyone who can't hear us, Lucy is trying to ruin this party single-handedly. Welcome to the KSI town hall that we do the last week or the last Friday of the month, or we're trying to get started up to do that more frequently. We're going to be answering questions, and I'm going to be playing Rocket League, I guess. And maybe if we get some people in Rocket League with me, we'll just do a private match instead or
Yeah, I'll
something.
play.
We can play cubes.
Sign me up, mate.
Yep, should be a good time.
So Fuzzy's
play
going to be the
cubes,
main
Steve.
MC tonight. He's going to be our question moderator and probably be answering quite a few. So Fuzzy, if you got the questions up and we want to just dive into it, we can.
Why isn't there KSI shorts or socks? Let's start with the real tough one. Thanks, Lucas. Why? Because there fucking isn't.
Oh, bleeping,
Oh, jeez.
bleeping.
Thank God we don't have
Language.
rules.
I mean, I
If
kind
it
of
goes
agree
on
with him. I
live
think we need
stream.
KSI socks. Can we make that happen?
We get
That would be
KSI
awesome.
boxers.
Right, yeah. KSI underwear.
Nah, briefs about.
No.
Alright,
Represent
well.
one way.
Content.
This one genuinely doesn't have too much conversation to it. This is KSI Oblivious with a real question. Are we allowed to make game battles teams and represent in tournaments? Yes. Saying this for years that yes, and now the Code of Conduct has reflected that for a few months. Yes, absolutely. Want to go make game battles? Please do so.
Whoops.
We expect you, not be an asshole. Don't represent KSI in a poor way, but absolutely. Game battles, you have a competitive team, have fun.
I fell. Oh, this isn't good.
Yeah, just when you do your game battle, make sure you post it up so we can, we'd all like to watch. I assume some of those are streamed, and
They're
we can all
generally
let us know.
not.
Oh, then I guess
It's up to them. They can stream it if they want, but no, game battles is normally done privately between just two teams. But if they want to stream it, we can always offer KSI Live.
Yep, you can always have squad-based, division-based, anybody-based. Doesn't matter. Have a good time. Okay. That one was kind of a direct one. But Impy, for all future officers in KSI, what do you personally think it takes to be a great leader?
Oh, was that directed at me, or are you specifically asking
Yes.
me?
It's also like a 9-part question.
Oh,
Thank
well.
you, lady with 2 H's.
Well, I would say, personally, oh god, well, not giving up a goal in Rocket League, that would be a good start. I think first and
Send me an invite,
foremost,
Lindsay. What are you doing?
I think, yeah, as soon as this game ends, we're going to get that stuff started. I think, first off, if you want to be an officer, you have to ask yourself why you're being an officer. You need to figure out what you're here for. If you don't get interest in setting up and creating the environment for your squad and helping other people grow, then you're not in it for the right reasons. If you're in it for just you, or you're in it for just, I don't know, there's nothing better to do with my time, I guess, it's not really the right reasons. You have to have the ability to put up with an incredible amount of drama and just a lot of bullshit. It's normally worth it, but, you know, you're gonna, you know, things aren't always peachy.
Drama? Never.
But, no, in general, it's just, you know, be here for the right reasons and have a good time, and just don't be a shithead. Just, you know, don't be somebody that people want to associate with, and be someone that people can have fun playing the game with and doing KSI with. That's really about as simple as it gets.
Nice. Anyone else like to chime in?
No, I'm loving that answer.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Anybody else?
I think
besides
we-
her?
I think we can sum it up by
Uh-oh.
be saying
Karma
don't be a
can't
shithead. Just
hear.
kidding.
Yeah, the don't be a shithead part, definitely.
Ooh.
I can hear now.
Ooh, yay. There
Yay.
you go.
I mean,
Yeah,
like
like
can
you
be
said, just be there for helping.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
Right. And the second part of this question is, what does KSI look for? Is it really a thing of not what you know, but who you know? Anyone else can feel free to chime in after, but I'm probably gonna inherently say no.
Shit, man. When I came through here,
Absolutely what you do.
when I moved up
You
through
look
here
at
the
Rebel.
first time,
Rebel's been around for a decade. Rebel's working himself up. I'm very good friends with Rebel. Rebel started from a sergeant, now he's a co-div, running a division.
well,
Codiv, I'm still
when-
founder, technically.
when I started in here,
Oh.
I didn't know anybody, and hell, I was on a fucking list. Whenever I put in my join app, I said that I just wanted to go and rank up as fast as I could, and so they kind of like had their eye on me to not move up, but you know, to
Red
make sure I
flag.
wasn't gonna be a security risk. But you know, I just got involved. I learned the ropes as quickly as I could, and I just put myself out there. And that's the thing. It's what you know and who you know, because it's if you don't show that you know what you're doing and people don't know of you, they can't help you out and can't move you along. You can be the most knowledgeable sergeant in the squad, but if the officer staff doesn't know who you are, you're not going anywhere. You have to know
Yeah, agreed.
things and know people. And it's not that we ever do favoritism. The only favoritism we ever preach is favoring those that are here for the right reasons and are the best at what they do. It's not a thing of just doing you know, things to help out your friends.
Well, and that's where favoritism's
Yeah.
a rough line, because I will trust people that I've known for years more than people I've known for minutes.
Oh.
Is that favoriting someone? Probably, but that's because it's built off trust. So sometimes
Right,
people see it and they get a little hairy about it, but at the end of the day, again, if I've known you for 10 years, maybe I'll trust you to watch my baby. If I've known you for a minute or two, you could eat my baby. I don't
You haven't-
You
you
talk
haven't
about the
baby?
dingo eating your baby.
No, but you know, we get those people. I mean,
Like Gimpy was saying,
yeah.
sorry, like
There
Gimpy
you
was
go.
saying, you can't just be that
Like Greg was
sergeant
saying.
that sits back and just says, "Oh, I really want to be a sergeant." I mean, you really want to be an officer, but if you're just sitting there, you know you need to make sure you stretch out and you reach out for those contacts and you get to know your general, so the general knows, you know, they know who you are. You know, if you're just sitting there by yourself or playing in your squad and being active, and you would like to step to that position, you can't just sit there and wait for someone to come to you. Just ask questions about what it takes to make that next step. Don't try to self-promote, because that just never works.
Yeah, no, we get a lot of
Gimpy
people.
said.
As a gen, I look for people who are willing to step out, you know, like do more things. Like, hey, I want to go on recruiting missions with you guys. I want to do this. I want to do. There, people that are outspoken tend to catch my eye more as a gen to work on promoting people up, and that's the way I think a lot of us are in KSI.
Yeah, don't be one of those people that throws around the allegations of the favoritism and stuff. It's funny, you know, when we have things outside for the community to apply for, like court judges and stuff, people like to throw out, you know, favoritism, or they just got them because they're friends with this person or that person, and it's always so hilarious because at the end of the day, to a degree, it's right. But it's right because we know them so well and we know how good they are. And unfortunately, if we've never heard of your name, that hurts. And it's the same thing at the squad level, same thing at the divisional level. And there's nothing stopping anybody. I became a mod with very little knowledge of who was where, or knowing people, just because I was basically on the forums every day, making a name for myself on there. Probably some good, some bad. But you gotta get
a little bit of a spammer back then.
A little bit,
Just
but
a
not
little.
getting too egregious. So yeah, I mean, you just got to get yourself out there, and like I said, if things don't go your way, and that's another thing too, when things happen and you feel like you're being neglected, or you feel like people are not respecting you or picking you for things, don't blame it on anything. Don't look at anything. Just say, go to whoever made the decision, go to whoever played a role in it, and say, I really wanted that. What can I do so next time it comes around I can get that? Or what can I do to put myself into a position to get there? And I'm sure they're going to have an answer. But the answer 95% of the time is unfamiliarity. It's not knowing who you are. We get a lot of good members in here, but sometimes the first times they apply to something, they don't get it because we don't know who they are. But fast forward a month or two, now we do, and then they get picked. So it's really just,
FaceTime's a big thing. Being around. You're going to be a leader of clan ops, you should know leaders of clan ops. You should apply yourself. If you want to be a leader in web ops, you should know the web ops team. If you want to be a leader of KSI, fortunately you need to know both. You need to be in departments. You get in what you put in, or you get out what you put in. It's simple as that. But here, we have some decent questions.
Yep.
KSI Alpha. What can be the greatest downfall of a leader? I feel like there's millions.
Getting to know Fuzzy in your first week.
It can get you blacklist.
Sometimes real life gets in the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, this is why I'm just not social with people. It saves that whole thing. So everything.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't even say being busy socially or being busy in real life is a downfall of a good leader, because you can still be a good leader. I wouldn't count that as a downfall. I don't know. When I view downfalls,
downfall if you can no longer do what you want to do, wish to do.
Yeah, that's what I
or
meant.
should
yeah, but
do,
I mean, I see that as
because,
I see that as being out of your control, though. I don't consider that to be a downfall.
Right.
Like, I don't think that helps
It's
anyone.
not out of your control because you could step down.
Well, no, but then that would
Yeah,
make it
that
seem like
sucks.
you were a bad leader. It would seem like that. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
think that's I don't know. I mean, I'd rather step down than get fired.
oh yeah, you don't gotta talk to
I
me
think
about
a
that one.
downfall can be just you're as a leader, you're trying to handle every single situation. You gotta, as a
Right.
good leader, you gotta be able to train people to kind of handle situations and then work with them on it, not just do everything on your own because it overwhelms you.
Yeah, because that's what I was reading downfall as, is like what takes a good leader and how do good leaders become bad leaders? How do good leaders flame out or not do well? That's what I was kind of reading that as. Yeah,
Self-burning bound, but they pull a Lucy.
but
A lot of it could be
I would say that
a lot of it could be pride.
yeah, hubris.
A lot
all
of
that.
people who decide not to change with how things are going, whether it's in KSI overall or in a squad or a downfall of me. This is a Halo division. Yeah, well, everyone plays COD or Destiny or whatever now. Yeah, but this is a Halo division. Alright, so you just sentence your division to death. No one's playing that game. And
Oh,
so
Gary.
pride and ego play a big part.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Gary.
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 Everyone in the stream is going to see
Gary.
this own goal.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
well, and that's another thing is I love how much time Fuzzy and I spent together, because my top two answers were literally pride before the fall and not being flexible, and those were the first two he said. So wonderful. Another one I think is complacency. I
That'd be
think
like
we get
water.
a lot.
Just
I think we get a
fill
lot
the
of good
container.
leaders that think they have something in the bag, whether it be a div leader who thinks he has director in the bag or a general who thinks he has co-founder in the bag. And when you start becoming complacent and you start just thinking that something is given or you're entitled to something, you'll find out real quick that it's not, and you're not, and you won't. You know, that really sucks for a lot of
It
people.
doesn't work that. Yeah, that doesn't work
Yeah,
that
I would
way.
say ego is definitely.
You gotta keep work. You gotta keep working, man.
Gotta be a great.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Basically, I think the easiest way to say it is you get what you put into it. You get out what you put into it. So if you want to be a division leader or co-leader or something like that, you got to put the time in. You got to, you know, help make sure that people are working, doing everything correctly.
And with putting that time in and all that, it's not front loading it and putting everything in at the beginning and then taking that time off. It's, you know, this is earned on a week-to-week basis. KSI is a week-to-week entity, honestly. And so that's what it is. It's you can't do everything week 1 of the month and then weeks 2 through 4 do nothing and think that you've done enough. And that's the problem. And you know, and you should never do any more, and that's knowing your limits. Don't ever do more than you're able to or want to. And that's the thing, is people try so hard sometimes to overextend themselves. And even if it comes from a good spot, yeah, they burn out or it falls apart or they get stressed out. And, you know, you don't want that.
Alright, this is an interesting one. Is being competitive a good or a bad thing in KSI? Due to KSI advertising themselves as a non-competitive gaming community, but there are competitive tournaments in KSI. You know why we don't advertise as a competitive community? It's because we don't recruit based on skill, which would be next to impossible with every video game, like, you know what I mean, gameless squads and stuff. And also, genuinely, there used to be a lot of shitty clans out there who would harass KSI into having games. Not game, but like,
Ready up
they would try to have
battles.
competitive games with us. And a lot of the times, it would end with our members being booted offline, or our members attempted to be poached or harassed. It just happened over and over again. A lot of other communities would record games with KSI members and then upload any games to YouTube that they won and discard any they lost.
Oh, like that kid who went quote-unquote undefeated against KSI despite getting his ass handed to him on several occasions.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, if you're watching Sprite Nick, 1v1 me.
Not a competitive community because we don't recruit for competitive people. We don't look for competitive people can join, but it's all walks of life because this place is not like that. You don't need to be a 15th Prestige or a 50 in Halo. Like, that doesn't make you a good leader. That's just a different atmosphere that we're trying to create.
Mm.
And then on top of that, we have competition in our own community because it's our own community. It's fun to have competitions with one another. You don't have a fear of being booted offline or being poached or having something fried or having videos put up harassing you, taking sound clips out, posting videos that you lost in. Removes a lot of that, but there'll always be competition.
Well,
possible not to.
I would argue, well, not argue, I would add that with a twist to that, I think competition in KSI is good on a not game basis. You know, like when we have divisions, have friendly competitions with each other or whatever, and do that, and friendly, you know, putting that dividing in there, and don't just, you know, don't be too serious, and if both divisions aren't agreeing to it, then obviously it's not a real friendly competition. But, yeah, I think that there can be a lot of good growth and a lot of good camaraderie from friendly competition within the community. Oh, well, bearded.
You know, LS
Oh,
and
his
DR have been
connection
at
is
each other's
potato
throats.
today. His connection.
Felt self-conscious.
Yeah,
Did you just call his connection potato?
Yeah, it's potato today. I mean, it's so bad.
But potatoes are delicious.
Were we connecting when I was saying that?
They are.
No. Only bearded was messed up.
Oh, good. Well, like I said, just wanted to make sure that, you know, like I said, there can be good friendly competition that helps us grow and, you know, creates a good atmosphere, but it can be toxic whenever people take it too far.
Definitely happens.
How far
Look
is
at
too far?
literally every spear week.
I got a lot of answers for that.
Wait, do we have any in the chat? No. We have Lucy. I'm pretty sure sexually harassing Impy in the chat, but other than that, I'm not sure.
Am I not in the chat? Because I'm not seeing anybody
I
type
do have a
anything.
position for MP, and
Yeah, the
that
chat's
position is
filled.
one of simple, pure gloriousness. News articles, more of them.
No!
Don't you say no to me, bitch. I said more news articles.
Alright, so this is another fun one. Why are there so many odd extensions to the Code of Conduct's rule number 10? Are there stories behind it?
Oh gosh.
Fuzzy did a thing and we had to stop him.
I would genuinely say all of those rules have been in the Code of Conduct before I joined, besides the one about regarding valor.
No!
And stolen valor.
Which should be
I
a
wanna say it was
given
probably
since
made-
that falls under fraud, but...
Bestiality was not in there in 2005. I can tell you that much. When I joined.
I don't want to know
That
why
was added at
exactly.
some point in time.
We did have to remove somebody for bestiality, so I'm glad someone added it.
I was saying, you know, there's logic
Joined
behind
this
all that,
community
like
who
the
spoke
preparation.
very
duties
highly
and
of
stuff
the
like
chat's
that.
involvement
Read
in
that.
sexual life.
Is it bad that my
Was it you,
first thought
Fuzzy?
was I don't remember Bill doing that?
Realistically, when you read the
bad
Code of
thing
Conduct to
that was the
somebody,
first
it
part my
ends.
brain went to?
It's not a joke because they're all serious on there, but it just. I'm guessing when it was written, it was more for a humorous ending, adding all the insanity. Just have a catch-all, but at the end of the day, it's fun to tell people they can't be cannibals. It puts a smile on their face. It ends.
Especially
ends
if
the
you
Code
eat
of
it.
Conduct, ends the rules with a little humor.
I mean, we can bite, we just can't swallow. We can even chew, we just can't swallow.
Oh my
You heard
god.
it here
Don't
first,
encourage
ladies.
Lucy.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Not swallow.
That is a soundbite.
That's gonna be in my news article tomorrow. Breaking news, KSI Greg, we can bite, we just can't swallow.
Oh god.
April
Pretty sure I'm the editor of that paper.
Middle.
This one time at band camp.
Talking band camp.
Okay, we all know that didn't happen.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I did take classes to play the violin when I was younger, but I fucking my hands up too much.
I was good at the violin. Once you get calluses
I
over
cannot
calluses,
see
you make
Lucy
dips.
playing violin. It just doesn't work that way.
I think me and Lucy should have a dueling violin competition. I can play the
My
Jurassic
I think
Park
so.
theme song
That's a good idea.
impeccably.
Long-standing relationship on taking aggression out on solid surfaces like walls, metal sheets. So my knuckles are fucked.
Also good at you could have just done percussion. Like drumming would have been a great outlet for you.
Now I
I
beat
think
things enough
Lucy
as it
should
is.
learn how to play the cowbell.
The cowbell.
I got FIFA.
Your mum told me not to do that anymore.
Oh,
Wow.
ouch.
Oh.
I did. This is why I did the disclaimer of I've been awake above 20 hours.
So,
Oh my god, Gary.
I'm sorry.
anybody in the stream or anybody here have questions? Maybe something you've been wanting to ask? We're
I have
waiting.
a
Oh, Fuzzy's
question.
connecting.
Okay.
Why
Good.
is Justin Bieber blacklisted on
Oh,
the front line?
That's a wonderful story,
Good.
and you're gonna get a wrong one. You're gonna get a wrong one unless anyone was there, because I hate people giving a wrong answer because it's absolutely stupid. Anyways,
Did it to piss
Aw.
Kiki off.
no. So this is perfect because it happened in my division, or happened because of my division. And it was a little bit because of Kiki. She definitely played a role in it because Kiki loved Justin Bieber, and members of the board
Oh jeez.
wanted to do it to screw over. But what ended up happening was we had a guy in GZ that got blacklisted. And when he got blacklisted, we had two rankings for blacklistings. You know, a 1 for a DNH and a 2 for a blacklisting. And he got, or it might have been reversed, but anyways, he got blacklisted, and he's like, look at me, it might have been 1 was a blacklist, 2 was a DNH. He's like, I'm 1, I'm the most, you know, I got the highest blacklist possible by KSI. And so I screenshotted his stupidity and sent it back into the mod chat with all the admins and stuff. And they're like, who the hell is this kid? Why does he think he's important? So then we got the idea to just go ahead and blacklist Justin Bieber to piss off Kiki and to piss this kid off. Because we don't want anyone bragging about a blacklist. If you get blacklisted along with Justin Bieber, there's nothing to brag about.
Oh, that's great.
Lucky you didn't send that to me. I'd have downgraded him to a DNH just out of spite.
Yeah, but it definitely did start with Kiki enjoying Justin Bieber. Kiki was a very long-standing member in KSI.
He was a believer.
And she was a very interesting character, and yeah, she absolutely loved. You guys might get like 4 Rocket League invites. It's possible. I'm sorry if you do.
I knew it.
Yeah, so it's pretty. It's a good story.
Hey Gary, check your PM before your game starts.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
All right.
Greg's in here now. We can go 2v2.
No, I will not be sending pictures of. I told you about.
I know, right?
just so you know,
we're live streaming.
I suck.
I have an actual question.
Yeah. Come on, Gary, get in here.
What that is?
You want to do a 2v2?
If Gary gets in here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So Carla, what's your actual
jeez.
question?
God dang it, Lucy.
I'm not playing Rocket League with you guys because you're hating.
No, Gary, we're about to do a private match 2v2. We need.
Yeah, get in here. Get in here. What
Okay,
are you doing?
I'll move on to the next question.
You're getting an invite for a reason, jerk.
You need to stop moving him. Hold up.
I've got a question for Greg. Did you get your Switch today?
I bought it from Best Buy, yes. And I also have another one coming, so. But that one's going back. It's $100
knows how
cheaper.
to use technology.
Thank you, Gary.
Grumpy Bear wants
don't
me
have
to tell
Mario
y'all
Kart
to
yet.
leave his Bieber alone.
Whoa,
He better
that
not
sounds
have-
very sexual.
You know
I
what
think
though?
I don't know
Part
who's
of me,
watching, who's Beaver.
part of me was really
No
always
way,
hoped.
people would be dead by now.
I really wish though that we would actually enforce the blacklisting of Justin Bieber. Not that you can't listen to him, but I was really hoping like if we ever get a member of this community, they got like a picture with him at a concert, we can just say association with a blacklisted
I'm
member.
sorry.
Guys, by the way, our private match, we're gonna do some variants. We're gonna do some stupid crap in this private match.
Not
So
gonna lie, I definitely rewound that scene in Zoolander 2 just to watch him die a few more times.
Alright, so, the question out to everybody. How has KSI evolved in the past few years? Has KSI changed for the better or the worse?
okay,
If
just go
worse,
auto in here.
how
By
can
the
we
way.
change ourselves to the better?
Oh lord. Yeah, guys, just go auto in this game.
I feel like there's way too many parts to that question.
Yeah.
Well, how
Are
has
we
it
gonna get-
changed in the last few years?
We're gonna get into like an hour-long old school versus new school argument, aren't we?
Yeah.
No, not really. I'd have to say, in my opinion, the way that it's improved is I've met a lot of really good people being part of this community,
Great.
and
Beer.
I wouldn't have changed this for the world.
Aww.
Oh lord, Greg, you need to get in
That
there.
is lovely. However, I
That's-
also
that is
met
a
lovely
fine
people back in
Shut
the
up.
way. There was just more shitheads around. How has it changed?
I'm one of them.
Things become more streamlined. Things have become more level of knowledge for overall KSI has increased. There was a time and a place where different divisions had different ranks amongst it. I remember people placing a commander rank. I remember people having 3 captains, 3 lieutenants, or 5. There was a lot probably prior
One that
to
had
United,
two majors.
which is touching upon a question in the future.
Yeah, whatever that crap was.
Following
that was
United,
stupid.
we really got a chance to actually create divisions where a general in FI has the same knowledge as a general in LS or DM or DR or MP. That's one of the most impressive improvements, the most prominent improvements, and a lot of people probably won't see that because a lot of people joined afterwards, like literally everyone in this party besides me and Rebel, but just different divisions had different standards, and nowadays they're a lot more along the same lines. There's much less mavericks amongst the community.
Ooh. Where the hell did Greg go, by the way?
I don't know.
I don't know. It didn't let me join.
It did. You were in here ready, and then it booted you out.
Change for the worse. A lot of people,
I mean,
especially some of the younger members coming in, a lot of people are a lot more sensitive. And I don't say that as in like we're the old timers, want to be rash and brash and drink whiskey out of dirty glasses. But I mean, it's the entire world that's become a little more sensitive. Not that there's definitely improved some areas. There's a lot more language that used to be thrown around a lot more that aren't used as often. Derogatory terms towards literally anybody in any group ever. A lot of those used to be used wildly in gameplay. Things have improved along those lines.
I swear.
Hey, Greg, see if you
as
can
a
join this
gamer,
game.
as a gamer, I would probably say the biggest change that I've noticed since I've joined is the move from Halo to Call of Duty. The KSI was almost 100% on Halo, and now it's very small parts of it on Halo. You guys laughing at me?
No.
I'm very
I don't.
confused about that. Quite enough. They're picking on me. I'm feeling.
Boom!
Yo, you guys triggered him.
Feeling bullied.
Oh,
Yeah, literally when I first joined, there was nothing but Halo 3 or Halo 2. Those were the only two games really played.
Yeah, buddy.
And then the first division that really ran COD was Call of Duty World at War, and it ran World at War and COD 4. But up until that point, there was nothing. It was just all Halo. And then probably around the time of Black Ops, like 2010, 2011, it started going 50-50, and then yeah, after there's no follow-up to Reach for a while, and COD just spits out their fucking carbon copies every year. COD really took over.
Let's see.
And that changed everything. I mean, we used to have absolute... I mean, we'd have symbols for every single rank. Every single game you were joining to talk to anybody, because there was no parties at one point. You know, you joined Halo, and you could look at this symbol on Halo, and you knew what rank they were. You can look at the division, I mean, their color, and know what division they were in. Right. It was just, looked different. But that's changed because it gave us more variety. That was like a change for the better. As much as I do love Halo, now we have 10 different games people predominantly play, which also makes it difficult for tournaments. But yeah, at one point it was one. Oh, we have people connecting.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, feel free. Anyone else been around for more than 2 months? Things change all the time.
I mean, I think things are constantly changing. Like, depends, you know.
I love change.
I don't
think we should never change things just to change it, but that's what it is.
Oh,
Just an evolution of how things run. Like, alright, you know what? Never mind. Take back all that things, all the sensitive members, everything else. The best part is we no longer start divisions or squads with 5 people. There was a time and a place, and other communities still do this, where, alright, let's open a division. Bliss, Bearded, Gary, Greg, and Hawk, you guys are opening a division. You'll be a founder, co-founder, general, and 2 captains. And that's insane. There's a reason why we had 35 divisions, and 33 of them closed. There was a whole other world where people just spam open divisions. Nowadays, it takes longer, Sometimes people get stagnant, sometimes people get tired and a little grouchy in their spots that stay there for a while. And it happens, it's life, that's just what happens. But we don't have a turnover rate of like 85%. Every division we have currently, or at least most of them, have been around for many, many years. That shit didn't happen a few years back. Well, it's just a lot of them closed down. A lot of them couldn't handle it. A lot of them, you get to the point where like, all right, well, this division has to merge. They haven't done anything in 6 months, and there'd be no one there. There'd have been a division leader to show up at a meeting once a month, gave people BS stats, and that was it. All right. Why do we name ourselves KSI? What's the story behind the name?
Kinky Strippers Institute.
It was just kind of there whenever we got here.
Hey, that's my one, you bastard. Don't be stealing my shit.
This goes back to KSI Dead Meat, the original creator of KSI. His server was Killing Services. That was his server. Counter-Strike. Way back on the PC. So when they transitioned...
Wait, was it Counter-Strike or Unreal Tournament?
Oh, Unreal.
Unreal.
Whatever. The other one of the only 2 games regularly... No, I don't want to say that. Quake 4.
There's also Quake. Yeah.
Never mind. One of the 3 games. When we transitioned to the Xbox, they came up with KSI. I don't know, they added the Inc. Incorporated, Killing Services Inc. That's what they rolled with.
It's just because that's when the 3-letter clans started popping up, so they need to put a 3rd letter in there.
Yep.
Hey, let's get Greg again.
Like LAX, all the airports with X in the end. They need 3 letters. And then we changed to Knowledge, Strength, and Integrity. And 07, 08. And that was because they wanted to go to a different approach. They wanted to go more...
they didn't want mothers coming into their kids' rooms and saying, oh, hey, you can't be part of Killing Spree Incorporated.
And that was it.
Nobody likes that.
Now, at that point, we stopped being a clan, so we started referring to ourselves as a community. So we stopped going out and picking fights with other clans and hitting each other, and that's when KSI grew up a little bit. With a more educated tone, they put a little more importance on teaching and leadership, opposed to just loud, drunken yelling and competitive games and hitting other communities and stuff. So, yeah, the original name derived from the server we were on.
I've got a question that was just asked by one of my squad members. They want to know, what is the chances, or why is there not ever been a PC version of KSI?
Well, there has been.
There is.
Oh,
Where have
been a
they
bunch.
been?
Were they? They were not in here last year, were they?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
The issue we always run into, and it'd be the same with starting a PlayStation 3 or 4 or whatever else, is generally when we start something away from the Xbox, they make a guild or even a KSI clan or however they do it on whatever console platform, it's only their division. Not a lot of crossover.
It's the isolation.
On here. Some people play PC, but it's not a ton. But generally, they build up whatever guild or community or whatever they are, and it ends up being a squad, and then maybe a division, and this is where it hits the pivotal point. Usually people get tired or feel isolated.
I'm sorry.
And it's like a catch-22 because they get isolated and tired because there's no other divisions and a lot of people to play with outside of their own members. However, realistically, for them to ever get more people on the PC or any of the PlayStations or whatever, you would need to build a squad or a division. And realistically, you need to split to make a second. You know what I mean? It's no different than starting a division, having one squad. Yeah, the squad's kind of lonely, but they have 9, 10 other divisions they can go hang out with. On the PC, you don't have that. And so far, no one's made that. No one's pushed that pressure. No one's made their division on a PC, on a PlayStation, and then split it. And because you have to think, it's a whole new environment, it's a whole new world. It has we have the same rules, you know, don't be a dick, golden rule.
Gary.
However, now you lose your seniors, you lose all your board. Some board play PC, some seniors.
That came off
interactive.
you,
I get
dude.
it, but it's not a
You missed
prominent
it.
thing.
That
They have to
came off
create
you.
basically their own environment, and a lot of people don't want to do that. And that's not fun.
Okay.
Will we try it? We'll try it every year or two. Will it fail? Probably every year or two. Will one succeed one day? I hope so. That'd be awesome. You know, and if they had some integration, maybe one day where you can play an Xbox game and talk to people on PC. It's a little different now with Windows 10 and stuff, but there's still a huge gap missing. And I won't push for it because I'm not going to play in the PC. I'm not going to play in a PlayStation, so I would never push for it. But if people want to make that and they're in the status or a certain level, then it's great. We fully trust people to try. And if they don't, they don't.
Okay. Well, hopefully the ones that are listening that asked me that question, hopefully that answers your question.
Sour Patch Dad. Hashtag DRNLS rivalry settled Spirit Week.
Yes!
I don't know what they're talking about. Come on now.
That's Grumpy Pear.
Yes, you do.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
Oh, it's on, Spirit. It's on.
This is what I mean, this whole competition thing, like, it's natural in people to be competitive. I don't give a shit what anybody says, people are naturally competitive. I mean, granted, you know, some people take it too far at times, you know, I've done it myself.
Yeah.
I've done it myself, at least I'm fucking big enough to admit it, you know? But
my
I think
God,
as you
is there a
climb
little
the
girl
ranks, you know, you kind of learn to, you know, don't be such a bitch about things, I guess.
Yeah, and that's the nature, though. I completely
God.
agree. And I don't know who said we weren't competitive, or people are definitely competitive. But that's the idea. If you're running a division, you're running a squad, and you're doing good, you got good members, you got a good base, why wouldn't you want to be the best?
Exactly.
And unfortunately, we don't undercut others around here, but we sure as shit want to get above them. Why? Because that's the goal.
Some people just get butthurt. I mean, you know, some people are just a bit, you know, they do. Some people are very sensitive little souls, you know.
Hey,
You know, and that's what I was saying earlier. That's the world of people they're breeding. Exactly.
I mean,
you mentioned earlier, triggered.
We can't help that, like, people like myself have no fucks to give, you know. I try and borrow some of people, but you know.
Right.
Yeah, you still owe me two.
I mean, I'm all out, like, really, I am.
Alright,
I'm
this
never
is a
gonna
good
get
one.
paid back.
And this one, Alpha's set of questions, like she had 7. If you go back to any time, any point in your KSI career, what would it be, and what would you change? Okay, if you can go back to any point, change something in your KSI career, what would it be? Alright, I have a good one. Since it was just my 9th anniversary a couple days ago in KSI, I'll go back to my 1st anniversary.
Noob.
I bought I received my KSI t-shirt in the mail, which I still have to this day. It's the vintage line. I then got blacklisted because I was frolicking with the wrong people. I then, at a not 21-year-old age, drank a bunch of Jameson and talked in a party with HR all night. They were friends of mine. And then I threw up and woke up and I was unblacklisted because of worst player. If I could change it, I would not drink as much whiskey. Because I don't remember why I got unblacklisted, but I must have sounded fucking pathetic.
Wow.
Story. That's great.
That was a lot of fun, man. Got my fucking shirt in the mail that day, got my first blacklist, and got unblacklisted and vomited for the first time from drinking. I felt accomplished. Anyone else?
Awesome.
That's a good day. That's a good day.
I hope the stream is appreciating this Rocket League.
Right, we're gonna.
Yeah, but you're playing against me.
Right.
I can't.
Oh, I did have that really nice save.
You did.
You did, yeah. I saw that. I saw that.
Hope
Alright,
everyone
no one else
saw
will
it.
change anything. I'll put my life out there on a platter. You guys just enjoy it. I got
Oh,
40
I
minutes,
can't-
and Commander has
I
like
can't-
35 questions.
I can't walk and chew bubblegum, so I'm not gonna play anymore.
Oh yes, you are. Well, Pliers is
Shouldn't
in
chew
here
bubblegum,
too,
man.
but
That stuff
Pliers
has
is
soy in it.
Pliers is
That's the devil.
Mario Karting.
You're goddamn right I'm Mario Karting.
Yeah, I think mine
called
comes
you
tomorrow.
out, players.
Yeah, Greg, you just
You do
relax
Thank you,
with
Al.
us
Alpha.
and have a
Arrested
good
for
time.
that.
Oh, it's brutal. Jesus Christ. Alright, we'll go on to Commander's set of questions. Would it be possible to have an accurate history of KSI? The answer is no, Commander.
Absolutely
not.
History is
At
written
this
by the
point-
victor. That's all I have to say.
I'm so sorry.
That's
Oh yeah, you should be. Well, half of KSI
And
at
that's
this point is just like
exactly
lore, like everything like past like even like 3 years ago at this point just kind of becomes a it's amazing like
Ridiculously opinionated.
yeah, and it's all like whoever tells you like there's a bunch
Well-
of different stories for everything.
And that's what I was saying when I reread the history I wrote of my first 3 years of KSI. Wrote that like 2012. So it would have been like 08 to 11. And a lot of it is accurate, but it's so subjective. I read it and I like cringed because I've processed things differently now, so it's hard to get an accurate read on it because everything's opinionated.
Hey guys, stay
There's
in
no
this
way.
lobby. Don't
We literally
go back out.
tried. We set up a whole department, and we're working with .com at one point to collect as many histories as possible to then cross-thread and cross-read all of them to find accurate moments in time. And it's insane and ridiculous. So no,
Okay,
absolutely
ready up,
not,
Greg.
Commander. Someday we might have a close to somewhat maybe accurate. It'll be a good read. That'll all that matter.
Oh, I knew this was going to happen.
Wait, is this a question? There are many stories, many rumors, and hearsay going around in KSI. Oh, is that leading into his next question? Okay.
Oh my god.
When was KSI created for the first time? Xbox or PC? Halo or RuneScape? God damn it, Commander, I had so much faith in you. RuneScape. It was 2002. Unreal Tournament, PC. And it didn't really go anywhere until it went to the Xbox for Halo 2 and some Counter-Strike. But it definitely started with Unreal Tournament and PC. 2, so 15 years ago.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, then I just want to apologise in advance.
No worries, mate. Oh, sorry.
Alright, here's another kind of close-ended one. Who were the creators of KSI? What were their first gamer tags when creating it? Or even before? I don't know about before, but there was KSI Cyrus, OG creator. I think it was KSI OG Killer. KSI Deadmeat was the original creator. The rest were all co-creators. KSI Nodus. KSI JT was always looked at as kind of the creator of WebOps. He was the one that really made the forums. That was in 05, so it wouldn't be the technical co-creator, but our website prior to that was just a blanket statement. This is what we are. This is what we have, and it was just informational. And there was definitely a few others, but those are definitely the main guys. Definitely Dead Meat and Nodus did the most for long-standing. Are there any true founding members still among us? They're not dead. Dead Meat hangs around with PSP. He's still on. Nodus, I don't think has been on for many years, but he's Bill, who is in theory in charge of Bill's KSI. But again, I don't think he's been online in 3 years or so. Maybe one, whatever, doesn't matter, a long time. Cyrus, he goes by Cyrus B. Blunton. I've seen him a few times in the last half-decade, and I couldn't tell you about a lot of them. So, I mean, yeah, it's been a while. I don't think any of the original creators have died. I could be wrong, but I really don't think so. They usually keep up to date on any passing members that were of prominent status.
Oh my god.
It's pinball.
Is it true KSI stood for something else in Halo 2? Yep, alright, I already answered that. How long has KSI been a clan in the gaming community? 15 years. Close-ended. Good. Moving on.
Maybe, well,
MP.
What?
Cheeky bastard.
So I
Alright,
have, I
so
have a
this-
question. I have a okay.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
No.
I was just
These
gonna
ones
ask.
are
I was
long-winded
just gonna.
answers.
I was just gonna ask about the 7. I've heard different stories about why they put 7 as the number on the gamer tag. I heard it was there were 7 creators, or the server was 7, or I'm just wondering why it was. I mean, like, I like the number. I'm just asking.
Honestly, I can't even, and that's the problem. Can we get an accurate history of KSI? No, not at
Right.
all. Even the people who are there have conflicting stories. I've been told by reputable sources that it was based around like the 7 creators and co-creators, but I've also heard that story completely trashed, that it's wrong. They just started doing it for the 7 deadly sins. I could not tell you. I do not know the exact statistics other than
I'm gluttony.
it was created there as a notion to represent leadership. It probably has more to do with co-creators and creators than 7 Deadly Sins. I don't know. 7DS was also a big game. Rags would probably
okay?
know.
This is so stupid. Fucking pinball.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Right.
According to my Switch, I have no friends.
Well,
Well,
we
according to your
understand
real
that.
life. Let's verify that.
Oh, wow.
You can't create a room because you don't have any registered friends. I have 3 registered friends.
Who's your top 8 on MySpace?
The only people that I ever
Aw.
know that, I mean, maybe registered
Tom.
is a bad thing. Shit.
Who's Tom?
Damn.
If
Greg
you don't
7
know
on
Tom,
there, by the way.
she's not old enough.
I think I gotta get your friend code.
Don't do it. It's a
Alright,
trap.
so these ones are a little more in-depth regarding some history. So I'm going to combine the next 2 questions. Question 1 is, did United come from .org or .com? Do we know if they still are? Question. There are rumors about them being gone or using another name now. And the next question is, can the actual story of the KSI split from .org and .com be told so we all know and stop creating rumors? Question mark. Alright, so I'm going to try to give you the abridged version. Way back roughly 8 years ago, we were running a system in KSI, a department system. KSI Ringari was our COO, and instead of having seniors, we had a general advisement office. We had, everything was like a department. We had the Office of Awards and Achievements. We had the Department of Defense, the Department of Interior, all these different things. And KSI ran pretty well. At one point, Ringari left. They didn't consider the department system working because a lot of the, and I'm not trashing a lot of the leaders, but a lot of the old-timers at that point, when I was still a young pup, hated the system because so they didn't like it, so they refused to participate in it. It was a really well-done system. So, with Ringari leaving, I was in charge of clan ops at that time. And this is where I want to get subjective, but I was running clan ops. And then they opted to bring back. Bill had talked Shoddy and Becca, and Killaburn and Black Ghost and Big BT coming back to KSI, not all at the same time, but within like a month or so. And very quickly, things in KSI started being run differently. Very differently. Me, people like KSI Techs, people like Rags, people like Crusader, people like Archangel, a lot of us who had been running clan ops and running a lot of departments got shoved out of the way for these new band of leaders. And that's when I got into things more heavily like the Elite program, or FTLA, the AAP, and a lot of people, we branched out. But basically, and there's a good lesson, if you're involved in more than just clan ops, and things go awry in clan ops, you have a backup. So that's where I went. So fast forward, and I'm not going to get into exactly what happened between Seven and the leaders under him that were all the soon-to-be united group. As I've heard again, this accurate story of KSI is crazy. Again, I've heard different stories literally from the same people, just different months. But whatever. At one point, there was a separation. Bill blamed Becca on losing sponsors, and they blamed Bill for doing something Bill could do. I don't know, but it was literally could have been anything. So United left from .com because that was just KSI. Overnight they left. They took every division, or not every division. They tried to take a lot of divisions. I probably would have been a part of them, but they blacklisted me right away. Same with KSI Techs. Why? I could never tell you why, because I'm still decent friends with most of those people. But me, her, and Billy were blacklisted. So this leads into the .org situation, because they all left. And a lot of the blame got put on me and Tex, because we were the old faces of KSI, and these are these new guys. And so they blamed us, because you can't blame Bill, because he just wouldn't get online for months at a time. He didn't give a shit. So I quit KSI. I quit KSI in December. I mean, not December, but in 2010. I left for 2 months. Got online on the forums once, just to talk to like Rags and Tex and a few other people, just catching up with people. And I saw some guy who was a board member now, and I was like, well, you know, who the fuck is this? So I clicked on his name. I'm like, this guy joined a month ago. How is he a board member? So I started harassing people. I sent Bill a Facebook message. I said, hey, can I be Chief Performance Officer again? He said, sure, Fuzz. And that was it. All right, I'm back in. This is where Lucy, Jess, Chaos, a lot of people came in that ended up being kind of where we came from. And I came back to KSI and there's 200 members. That was it. One division run by KSI Rebellion 7, LS. So this is obviously a big story in there, but we got to probably about 3,500, 4,000 people from mid-2010 to like September of 2011. In that process, I went from Chief Performance Officer and co-founder to the CEO under Bill. And one day, a kid named KSI Muslim, who still pops on our forums to this day, hangs around, was blacklisted by 7-7 because he was a part of a terroristic group, which is not accurate. But because his name was KSI Muslim, whatever, that's the, you know, like the game from Office Space, jump to conclusions. That's what happened. So he absolutely was not a Muslim. And honestly, at the time, so things like this were not that... It seems crazy, but they weren't that crazy with what we had dealt with previously. But it was an issue. And I remember calling Sanders, who was Bill's right-hand man, even though I was running the community. Sanders still had more power than fucking whomever. And he asked me what was going on, how I felt about the situation, and I said, dude, like, Bill can be racist all he wants. I don't care. But it can't be in public. Like I said, KSI back in 08, 07, 09, like, we weren't a bad community, but there were shitty people in there that we didn't remove. So it built up. You know, that's why people used to shit-talk KSI, because they'd be hackers, they'd boot offline. You know, it wasn't a lot of people, but it was enough people to where we became known. So it took a long time to break that stigma with a lot of people. And I mean, even to this day, we still get trash talk. But when you've been around 15 years, it becomes second nature to shit talk you. So we did a lot. So I told him, he's just basically, you can't be racist in public. Like, and that was too much to ask, because later that night at the board meeting, I was basically told I was being fired. And that's when people started speaking up, saying this was bullshit. I was the third CEO within a 6-month period, and the other 2 got fired as well. There was a trend. So we had an issue with it. And we went, and someone put something on the forums in the shout box, and that's when Bill started blacklisting me, Lucy, Jess, Chaos, Worst Player, Shido, Kiki. There was a lot of people, all prominent members of the community. He blacklisted all of us. And the biggest issue was that almost all of us, outside of probably me and, I don't know, almost everybody was in a division or running a division, because we weren't at the point where the board was not in ClanOps anymore. We were still building everything. So we did all that, all because we told him not to kick someone out for calling a Muslim a terrorist, just because, and by the way, he was 14, and again, I hate to say it, but he obviously was not a terrorist. Bill said he found the information on Google Analytics, but for anybody who understands what Google Analytics is, whatever, you don't need to get involved. It's ridiculous. But, so we all got blacklisted, and then JT, who, like I said, is a co-creator in my eyes, ran the original forums, created all that, is still doing it to this day, working with Game and Big BT and .com. He shut down the website. There's too much shit going on. He was afraid of, I don't know, any legal problems or whatever. Like, just can't be talking mad shit on complete and whole races or religions in a public area with a community of 4,000 people. Like, it's absurd. These are things you just, in theory, shouldn't do. So he shut down his website, .com, and that's when Worst Player and Shido pulled me in a party. And again, I was still CEO, and I told the board that if they want to make another community, that's fine, but I'm not changing my gamer tag. I'm done. Like, that was it. I'm KSI, and if they're gonna fire me and blacklist me, that's fine, but I'm not changing my name. So Worst Player suggested, why don't we just remove Bill from the board? He's the chairman. We're all board members. That's what a board is. We can vote out the chairman. So that's what we did. We took a vote with every board member. Worst Player abstained. Game 7 abstained. And Iceman voted no. And every other board member, and every other division leader, and every other director, and every other senior, besides one division, were okay with kicking him out. And Worst Player made KSIforums.org. And we probably would have used KSI, or forums.ksiglobal.com, but JT shut it down and said he wanted out. Obviously, they reopened it a few months later, but it was a moment where we could have decided to walk away because it'd be easier. It would have been a lot less headaches. Or we could make the decision to make this new website, to change people over to the new website, and continue running everything exactly the same way. And the first month in this community, no one got promoted to co-founder or above, because I didn't want anyone to think we were moving people up fast in the ranks to entice them to stay here. We started doing elections for CAO, Chief of Staff, COO, CEO, and Chairman. We started making WebOps play with ClanOps, and it just went a different route. But we left because, and you know what it boils down to? We left because the leader of KSI broke the code of conduct, and the owner of the website shut down the site, so we made a new site. That's all that happened. I hope that was long-winded enough, but that was probably as short as I could possibly make it.
That was awesome.
United from .com, which was all of us, and the leader broke the code of conduct, so we had to make a new website.
Somebody just asked me if I was still drunk. I'll get back to you guys about that one.
He's working on it. Leave him alone.
Right, ladies and gents, Gary's gonna head off because Gary's very tired. Very tired.
Gary, can you look at your kick real fast? Please,
I can.
Yeah, Gary.
I can.
I love
Gosh
you.
darn it, Gary, whatever your name is.
Larry, Terry,
God,
get out
Gary.
of here.
Great.
Jerry? No, it's not Jerry. We're gonna call you Gary.
Terry.
Terry.
What's up with
Oh,
that?
Barry.
He's our Jerry from Parks and Rec. They called him Jerry all those times, but his name was Gary, and he just never.
I like when they're in court. He's like, "What's your name?" It's actually Gary. Okay, this is too much. You just need to leave.
Okay, yes, fair. And then he becomes Terry.
Get a question. All right, so we have a question from Pie
Who's
Man
watching
Bob
How I Met Your Mother?
117.
Right, Jerry's going off. I'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye, Jerry.
Later, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
Don't get pregnant.
Nice talking to you.
Hi, Barry.
Bye, Jerry.
Bye.
Very Manilow, what?
Oh.
What's everyone's thoughts on a divisional therapist? Like someone you can talk to about issues or problems in real life. How would one go about starting one? I'm
Well,
sure other
I
people
think
have
you
things to
need
say.
many
All I'll
years of
say is
medical
it's a natural
school.
development. Being a Dr. Phil is not fun, but people naturally take up that position. It'll never be a written position, because it's more about camaraderie and you naturally find people you can talk to and express things. But to label someone a KSI therapist is basically like labeling them soon to be burnt out.
And soon to probably get sued for legal ramifications.
Yep. That's what I was thinking. That just sounds like a big legal issue.
Yeah, there was a. Well, I mean, this goes back to when we first started talking HR, like last year again, or been talking about it for a while. But when we were talking about bringing it back with Havoc, if everyone remembers Havoc, when we were talking about Havoc coming back to bring back HR,
Who's
that
Havoc?
was gonna. That was going to be one of the aspects that Havoc had actually received training and certification. And it does require training and certification. It's just because you know CPR, if you see someone choking, not only do you have to ask their permission to do it, you also need to be licensed. You can't just do it. So, yeah, like helping people out with their problems, A-okay. Having people to talk to and be there for each other,
implied
great.
consent if they are choking or dying.
Yeah,
It is not. It is absolutely not. They can sue you after.
Do you mind if I save
Notes
you?
like that, it is definitely implied
When you're
consent.
joking.
They can absolutely, if you're a medical professional
Yeah, if
such
you're
as Fuzzy, you
choking,
can do
you
it.
can't
If it's a person, yeah.
Specifically talk.
Well, if they have
Oh,
to,
no, I
they
could write that off. They're
they
not in
have
the
to
right
give
mind.
you
They
a
have
verbal.
oxygen
Yeah,
deprivation.
you can. You can as a medical professional. If you ever take a CPR class, you'll learn this. If you're not a medical professional, is if you're just a guy walking down the street and you just go over and give CPR, even with a CPR certification, they can turn right back around and sue you. Absolutely. It's happened several times.
That's why
That's
that's
why
good
I'm
Samaritan.
never
They-
called my
That's
first
the
name.
Now,
Actually-
for Fuzzy, but like I said, for Fuzzy as
passed
as a guy that's doing paramedic and stuff, he is not at all worried about that.
I mean,
They,
How do you ask
Technically,
somebody
they
in
did
CPR
pass
when
Wouldn't
the
you're
a
law.
dead?
good Samaritan
right, they're
law
unconscious.
protect you?
It
Normally
is.
unconscious when they're
I
receiving
will say with
CPR.
anything else medical,
They can't
if
give
they're not
consent.
dead, being dead is definitely implied
Yes, they-
consent. And you know what? If they say no while they're choking, just let them die, and then you can do CPR.
That's honestly
Wow.
why
I've heard
I
many
think they
stories of
actually
people in the
should
back of the
teach
ambulance who say,
CPR
no, I
at
don't want you to
schools.
do that to me. They go, okay, well, wait till you die, and then we'll do whatever.
Yeah, we should all be walking
That's
around
easy.
with DNRs, I think. I would walk around with a
That's-
DNR in my
Tell
back
people
pocket.
If some,
Fuzzy,
alright,
I
so
gotta-
people, so I did see this example in someone who really needed to be intubated. They have really bad lungs that, COPD, they couldn't breathe, but they refused to do it. And I didn't say it, but the medic I was with was basically like, fine, we'll just wait till you suffocate and die, and then we'll give you drugs and intubate you. Like, one way or another, we're going to do this. As soon as you're dead, we can do whatever we want.
I do like the idea of someone
Especially
being
with
so
the- I
don't
jerky to
think that's
but
how
like
it
I said, they can, like I said, if you do it and hurt them or, any minor thing, they can sue you. And I just would love to think about how jerky someone would be for you to save their life and then to still do it. But it's still, like I said, it goes back to the whole
they'll
therapist
absolutely
thing.
do it, too.
It sucks too.
Well, you see all
If
the
you
fucking
go on
time and stuff, don't
KSI,
you?
if you go to KSI, and this is gonna get so freaking weird when you start just talking gamer tags. And someone's like, well, KSI Lucy Lux 7 was my therapist, and in my
Oh, God.
suicide note, I'm going to make
I
a mark
killed
that he
myself.
was the guy I was talking to, and I confided, and he didn't tell anybody. Well, that's really wonderful for Lucy Lux 7. There's going to be an international manhunt
That's
for the guy
what-
who
that's
is
what
at
I mean
fault
by
for
Just-
someone committing
issues.
suicide. It's pretty
Like,
terrible.
there's a difference between listening to, say, a friend if they're in trouble. There's a difference between listening to them and then flat out offering them psych advice. Like, if you're flat out offering someone psych advice and you are not a licensed psychiatric treatment person,
Psychic?
you've just opened psychiatric. Sorry, I controlled because I was leaning it forward. Yeah, if you're not a psychiatric personnel, if you try and offer psychiatric help to someone, you've just opened yourself up to a massive lawsuit, regardless of the situation. You're open.
And that's
wide
why,
open.
and it sucks you have to talk like this, but it's absolutely true. That's why at the end of the day, realistically, you have to talk to your friends. And if you hang around long enough, you know people who will listen to you. And again, you become a Dr. Phil or an Oprah of the community, and people are naturally drawn, and it happens. It happens a lot. I give advice to people I've never met before in KSI. Oh, God. It's not always the best, but it's always rewarding, but a lot of people do that. Hey, can I talk to you for a second? I know you don't know me, but I know you've done, helped other people, and I got this issue, Yeah, never official.
And there has been
Sorry.
times before when people open up to us, not us, but to other people here. If you know people or people know where you live or whatever, and you start talking all sorts of crap, I mean, honestly, and I'd say crap, I don't mean to devalue it, but you start talking about killing yourself, you start making threats about killing yourself, anything negative, there have been people in this community that have called the police in the area that you live, if they know where you live, and try to figure out a way to get... But like I said, that brings so much on us, on you, especially when,
that's the route a lot of us go.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we got a lot of, we've done this story before in a town hall where we had a kid fake a suicide, and that was all fun and games until people started, till he had his next door neighbor was in KSI with him, and so that was really awesome because we pulled the next door neighbor in, and of course, talk of cops started getting involved, and all of a sudden the kid who faked his own death just shows back up at the mic magically saying, "What's this? I went out to get some milk from the store. I just got back and now my neighbor is going to call the cops for me?" Yeah, screw off.
I thought I fired a gun near a mic.
Yeah, that was the kid who made a loud pop near the mic and then just vanished, and then all of everyone in there was throwing him.
Yeah, did he try blaming it on a game? I can't remember the exacts on it.
No, he didn't even
play Call of Duty.
Yeah, no, this specific kid made no mark. He claimed that it was him shutting the door on the way out to go get milk from the store. And, yeah, he got, I believe, DNA'd. I don't think we blacklisted him, but we definitely DNA'd him and said, you can get the hell away from here.
I would like to remind everyone that the complaint department starts with MP.
No, and it shouldn't.
It starts and ends with
As any and all complaint, please direct
It
them.
shouldn't.
Period.
It never
Absolutely.
should. It never really should.
If MP's not online, go to Lucy, and then
Fuck
refer
you.
back to Rex.
Fuck you. I will fucking strangle you with your own intestines and your testicles.
Never mind, don't take it to Lucy, because I complained to Lucy. He's my outlet. You guys can't burn him out for when I need him sparingly.
Sparingly? This is my role when it comes to Fuzzy. When I'm having to play mediator and the calming influence on the situation, and Fuzzy's the one who's pulling the Lucy Wrath card, shit's gone
Things
fucked.
have gone awry. It's
I'm
happened a
not
couple
meant to
times.
be a calming influence. I am the raging son of a bitch for a reason.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Please
one
know
more
I'm
question
proud
from
of that
Commander.
statement.
Oh, wait, have every single one of these been Commander, or we've been going to other people in the last hour?
No, not all of them. The last couple were. The ones with, like,
Okay.
United and stuff. Our current board... Oh, this is... Alright. When did you join KSI? What was your gamer tag? And what did your gamer tag mean? I joined April 26, 2008. My original gamer tag was Fuzzy Meep. I then got a new tag to add KSI and eventually 7. And it means nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, when I joined, it was June 29th, 2011. I was Imperium Excels, so of course I've obviously continued that. And, I don't know. It's just cool Latin word. Really sounded cool. I liked it.
And if memory serves, you were in LS briefly.
I was an LS. I got all the way up to first captain, and then I left for school, and
remember
then
if you were under
KSI
me.
fractured. I mean, hey, I'm just saying, if I stayed in LS as a first captain, got my general spot over there, and never left back for school, maybe this split doesn't happen. Maybe we're still with Bill. It could have been.
Butterfly
That's what I
effect.
said with me
Can't
and
you-
going to military academy.
Yeah, you can't prove it didn't, because I left and I came back and I magically came back and everything was different, and then I got yelled at by Coden for trying to illegally enter the community.
It might have happened sooner if you were here too.
Yeah, maybe.
Right. Right.
Okay, Greg, tell us why your name is Greg.
Well, before I joined KSI, it was a long story, but my gamer tag was SGreg954. No, it was just Greg954. The original Xbox, my gamer tag was SGreg954. Then I joined KSI, it was KSI Greg954, and then became a 7, just Greg7. And my name is Bob.
I was gonna say I was hoping Greg was just like an
Is your
auto-generated original
Is your
Xbox
name
name.
really Bob?
No.
It's,
Correct. Nobody's name is
God
really
damn it.
Bob.
There's
It's
always
Robert.
one person.
Robert.
My name is really Greg. My full name is Greg. I don't know that Gregory.
Okay.
Just like I know a guy
couldn't
from
think of
work.
a name.
I know a guy from work whose real legal name is Billy Jack, and it isn't like, Bill or William Jack. It is literally, his legal given name is Billy, and that's just still seems weird to me.
So, realistically, in your line of work, he's come a long way. You don't expect many Billy Jacks to not be at the bar at noon.
That's true.
Yeah, if I could
Alright,
legally
well,
get away with it
we
and
got
not get
Lucy,
killed by my
Fires,
mother,
and
I'd
Carol.
totally call myself Lucifer.
Yeah, Lucy, give us your backstory. Let's hear about when you joined, why your name is what it is, and why you're still here.
14th of September
Why you're still alive.
2010. My gamer tag used to be Angelus Lucifer, and quite frankly, I'm a sadistic fuck when it came to punishing people.
No, I don't believe it.
And I'm still here because, quite frankly, I'm scared what Fuzzy would do without me.
KSI Angel 7 was taken, so he went with Lucy
I'm allowed to
7.
leave.
Probably.
Ironically, the Lucy one actually came around because most people called me Lucy, and I got really seriously tired of all the Christian fucks in KSI giving me shit about having Lucifer on my gamer tag. And the really fun one
Hold on,
is
well, our
the
leader at
same
the time was
evening-
named Nadas. Satan
The
backwards.
same funny thing about this shit is, though, the night I changed my gamer tag to Lucy Lux, Jess and Chaos promoted me up to a co-founder, even though I'd been sitting in the party with them prior to changing my gamer tag. So I had to change my
Wow.
gamer tag twice in one fucking evening.
That's just such a rip.
You mad?
And that doesn't even count the amount of times Chaos had to try and promote me when I kept falling asleep on it.
Well,
I think
Lucy,
one of my promotions took 4 attempts before I actually registered what was going on because I kept falling asleep.
Well, Lucy, I got a question for you. So how does such a
Left nipple.
nice gentleman such as yourself just decide on such a sadistic name? I mean, obviously it doesn't quite fit. It's obviously a misnomer. You're obviously like the nicest guy we've ever met who's never thrown a fit or made anyone rage quit or go off on anybody. You're everyone's best friend.
MP, do you not remember I rank suspended a private because they used the N-word near me?
I remember you
that
banned
made
yourself
me
off the
cringe.
forums. Let's talk about that.
Or the kid I made read the code of conduct 100 times to every member of the squad. That was a squad of 96 people. Do the math.
Well, yeah.
You fucking.
He needed lots of water.
Yeah, he did afterwards. I mean, ironically, he turned his shit around and actually became one of my best recruiters at the time. Like, he literally
Because he
had
knew
that
the
fucking
code of
memorized.
conduct so well.
Oh shit, yes, he had the fucking
Well-
memorized, including the point of remembering the typo in it.
Now that we got Lucy's history, let's go ask MP Liars.
Pliers.
And
Just call him
and-
Marky Pliers, you know that shit pisses him
and
off.
technically, if anyone, there has been several people in this community that have thought that Pliers was Impy because his first 2 letters are MP.
Yes. Specifically in the productions chat that Impy runs, I've had people come to me and been like, "Hey, Impliers. What do you want me to do? I'm like, the fuck are you?
Yeah, so pliers.
So
When'd
wait,
you
what were the?
When did you join,
Okay.
and why is your name, or what was your name, and why is your name, or was your name what it is or was?
Jesus. So many
I am he is,
hypotheticals.
you are me.
We are all together. I joined January something, 2014.
You don't even know your dates.
I think it was the 11th,
So
but it
young.
might have been the 13th.
Could have been the 12th too. Who knows? Who's to say?
Definitely wasn't the 12th. I know that. And my gamer tag before, shockingly, was Impliers, and it's just kind
None
of
of us are
something
original.
that- yeah, pretty much.
Speak for yourself,
It's a play.
Greg. Sorry.
Yeah, I was actually kind of upset. There was a KSI Greg at one time in the forums. I was not happy about that. But anyways,
That's the most important part of raising up the ranks, so you eventually get to the status where you can say, change your name, buddy. There's only one Greg in this house.
You were recruited
right.
on the 8th. January 8th, 2014. It's in his bio. What?
Yeah, I thought about checking that, but where's the fun in that?
Well,
Oh,
obviously,
what does your name mean?
3 days.
My my name is just a play on my actual name. It actually rhymes with my name.
Your name's Tyrone?
Myers?
just
Ryers?
with asshole.
Well, my last name is Myers. So
Like Michael.
that's actually
Wow.
my brother's
Yeah,
name.
Your brother's name is Michael
Go by Mike or
Myers?
Michael, because that's two different Myers.
Explains a few things.
Yeah, well, they're both equally scary.
Right.
I mean, I still
And,
think you should have gone with your other gamer tag of KSI Tweezers, just because, fuck it, they're smaller.
Okay, well then I guess we're asking now Paratroop if he can
And that
remember
was something
all the
completely
years
different.
ago.
I was born with this gamer tag. I was born and they were just like, here's a fucking gamer tag, good luck, congratulations.
Still
He
think you
was
should have
born
been
out
called
of
Lag7.
mitochondria.
So down
Like,
there
oh god,
in
it has
Mississippi,
KSI in it.
down there in Mississippi is KSI Paratroop and then Rick Grimes.
C. When did I join?
Oh, midichlorians, I'm sorry.
Oh, I joined in January 14th, 2010. Long ass time ago. And my gamer tag before this was, I want to say it was, II Paratroops with double Z because I was a COD nerd. And then I changed it to KSI, and I had 2 Z's at the end of my gamer tag, and then when I got a 7, it was like, bruh, can't fit a 7 in there and the Z's, so I just took the Z's off and just put Paratroop 7.
So
Cool.
we're basically telling
History
the
nut,
community.
and yeah.
So are we telling the community that if you want to get to the board, just take your pre-KSI name and just add KSI to the front of it? Like, don't be
Basically,
original.
don't be
I
original
will
at
get
all.
on my
so.
soapbox if I need to, in never changing your name ever.
Yeah, we don't
Don't
Consistency.
ever change your legacy.
everything
Right.
black
Or
and
Greg will
white. We
come
don't
yell
like
at
Unless
any
you're
different
trying to
names.
avoid
He
your
changes
legacy.
back.
Yeah, so
George.
you're trying to do witness protection. That is understandable.
And I don't know if the person's gonna get this message, but if you change your message or you change your name back to a name that you were DNH'd on, that's not a great legacy to carry on.
That was
Keep
directed at
change
somebody.
back.
Greg's throwing shade.
Yes, it was. You should change
And
back
I
to
know
your
who.
other gamer tag. The DNH legacy is not a great one.
Fired.
I don't know. I like
Fucking
the
Justin Bieber.
I like the
goddamn.
science behind the names. I really don't think, I think we've all really enjoyed being in Fuzzy Meep's KSI, and I love saying it because he hates it. But it would be a different thing if he chose something else besides Fuzzy. Like Harry Meep just doesn't have the same ring.
Harry
It
Meep.
just doesn't.
Wait, what?
It's
What
like
exactly
Harry
is a meep? What's a meep?
It's whatever you want it to be.
Meep is short for sheep. He's actually a sheep.
Yeah.
Wake up, sheeple!
Wake up, sheeple. It's been in front of your eyes the whole time. You didn't know? Nope, it literally means nothing. It was a name I used on Xbox One, or the original Xbox, while playing Halo.
He'll randomly bah every once in a while.
I
in the
previously
bush.
went by Cactopus 9000, and I felt it was a time to change it up in 2001.
Well, and you always
Cactopus
said
was
that,
out, Fuzzy Meat was in.
and you always said that you
Could've been
enjoyed Fuzzy Meep
Cactopus
because
KSI.
nobody could ever really be mad when they were dressing a Fuzzy Meep. Like, it just takes all seriousness out of it.
Keep a straight face.
420 tank memes. 6969 was taken. Is that what it was? So you had to go with fuzzy meat.
I don't think memes
I don't think
was the word
memes were a
back
thing.
then.
Blame Doc.
Dank. I don't know. Dank sunrise, sunset, something. They had sun back there. People enjoy the fresh air. Nature.
Bomb.com.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Let me see. Is there any more questions? I actually think we literally wrapped up. With
Somebody
the
asked me
spare.
a question.
Was there a follow-up to that? Well, that's not good. Well, hello. Apparently I'm just streaming my own party now. Neat. Oh lord, that's not good. Well, I'm the captain now. Well, this is unfortunate. We might just try to repopulate the party, or I might just try to repopulate my party over here. Oh, look!
You can become the captain based on attrition.
Did you hear that?
Isn't that how we all move up?
I just watched Captain Phillips the other day, and I just wanted to just tell somebody, you know, look at me, I'm the captain now.
I'm not captain. I am pain in butt.
So we didn't hear, or I didn't hear, or group didn't hear. So somebody told Fuzzy or Pliers that they had a question, and then it died. So what was the question?
The question is,
No. Well, I'm just gonna keep stealing the chat, I guess. I guess I'm just gonna become my own town hall. Ask me anything, I'll be honest. I'll tell you how much I hate Fuzzy. Or Pliers. Oh, wait. I swear to God, I'm like tethered to Lucy. And every time Lucy disconnects, I disconnect. And then every time I go back in there, Lucy's disconnected. So I disconnect. We've been like running the stream for like 90 minutes. It's obviously the stream gods telling us to stop. This is just something. Let's see. Yeah! Sweet! What is going on with this stream? Jesus. Everything is terrible. Oh well. Guess we're just gonna end it there. Fuzzy posted in the chat. So, you know. Obviously everything sucks. So thanks for showing up today, guys. It was real fun. Town Hall is gonna be every last Friday, or the last Friday of every month. So, get your calendar set for whatever that is, and come support us again and ask us questions and have a good time. So, yeah, I guess I gotta get back to Twitch and end this crap.